So, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate has been out for a hot minute now. And I've been testing around with a big feature that came out in the game, aside from the 3 new characters, which is custom variations being allowed in tournaments and ranked. So, customs are now the standard for the game. And I decided to, although I've been pretty busy, and I've been testing around with all 3 of the new characters and testing around with all of the changes that the pokes have made and the new wake-up system has made to all of my mains and etc. It's tons of stuff to look at. I decided to make some short videos, keep them as short as possible, on custom variations that I'm using for my characters, or custom variations for characters that, even if I don't play them extensively, I have fought against and think are very strong, and give some basic info on them. This is just my opinion. It's nothing that's labbed super hardcore. I did lab some custom moves when the game came out and through the game's lifespan before they were legal. But I never went too far into it because I wasn't ever sure if customs would become legal, even though I hoped they would. To start off the series of videos, I'd like to take a look at Scorpion, since Scorpion is my primary main character. But it might also be one of the more underwhelming videos, because Scorpion doesn't have a whole lot that he can use in custom variations, if I'm being honest. Or at least not for my playstyle, and not maybe in more high-level competitive play. One of the big issues here, one of the big reasons, is teleport cancel. His helport cancel is kind of necessary in high-level play, in my opinion. You need it as a tool to be able to get in sometimes if your opponent does something that commits them to an animation for too long. There are situations where you can't actually punish with your teleport, but you might be safe to teleport in and start pressure with like a poke or something. And with pokes being much more plus on hit, if you hit them, they have to respect pressure afterwards. On top of that, and much more importantly for helport cancel, it allows you to do things like back 1-4 and then teleport away, so that you're not just in their face. If they block it, you're not just in their face losing your turn, or getting punished worse off. If you do back 1-2, or back 1-4, excuse me, you can get punished, and if you do back 1-4-3, it's just, you just lose your turn completely. So it helps with that. You can do something like this. If they expect you're going to teleport cancel backwards and they try to punish you, there's always the chance that you could just normal teleport or teleport cancel behind them, so you can sort of install this mind game in their head. This tool is too important to Scorpion's kit, in my personal opinion. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, far more importantly, you can single hit confirm if you're good off of forward 3 or back 2, which are great Scorpion buttons. You can single hit confirm between committing to the teleport, or if you see it gets blocked, you can cancel it to far cancel. Again, if they ever try to punish the far cancel, there's the mind game of teleport canceling behind. So, again, I just think it's necessary in higher level competitive play for him to have this move. And as it is a 2-slot move, this doesn't leave Scorpion a whole lot of room for creativity when it comes to the final move. But for my personal playstyle and the things that I would like to do, I did find a couple special moves that do things for me better than the air grab that would normally come with Reborn, which is the tournament variation, or I guess I should say preset variation now, that would normally have the teleport cancel. So, while I still do like air grab, and it's great for punishing jump spammers, because you can just keep air grabbing them and it's funny, it also has a cool brutality for casual play. There are a couple moves here that I wanted to take a look at. And the first only sort of has a niche kind of use, and is kind of trumped by the second. But bear with me because I think the move is cool, it's a classic, and it has a brutality attached to it that I also love, again, for that casual play, when you're just playing with your friends, or fucking around in ranked, in Combat League, not giving, you know, a rat's ass. And that's this Hell Breath here. So, Demon Breath, as it's officially called, is a kind of mid-hitting special move that has a decent amount of range. It's super death on block. It's like -20. It's -21. That's about what I thought. It's death on block. It does have an enhance that makes it do more damage, but it's barely plus. The regular version is quite plus at plus 18, and this is actually where the use of this move is going to come into play and why I think it's good. I don't really typically use the enhance. I mostly just use it for one purpose, which again comes into why I said it's niche. It does have another cool brutality for casual play, like I mentioned, so there's that too, if you want to count that. But the niche use is if, in the situation you want to spend 2 bars in a Scorpion combo for the restand mix-up that Scorpion can get. At the end of any Scorpion B&B, after a teleport, usually Scorpion can opt to end in Spear to restand his opponent, and then typically Scorpion players after Spear will do 2-1. Because 2-1 is 19 frames of hit advantage with very slight pushback, as you can see in my bottom left here. This allows Scorpion to dash up and jail the opponent into a standing 2. So if we set the opponent to crouch, I can show this. If we hit them with 2-1, and then time it correctly, if I don't suck, I don't know why I whiffed it twice there, you can make them block the follow-up. So set them to auto block. This would be a good example. And stand 2 is, in this situation, as you can see, plus 3 on block. So this allows Scorpion players to do all sorts of things, because they can do stand 1-2 on block, and the stand 1-2 portion is also plus 2 on block. So that will make those players afraid of that, and then you could make more Mangens after that. You could just dash up after the stand 1-2, grab if you know they're going to block. You could do dash up, stand 2, grab after that. You could, you know, dash up, stand 2, dash back, try to whiff punish them trying to poke you back, except there's a bunch of different mind games that you can play off of this. It's a key component to Scorpion. Whenever you get a spear, you can confirm that spear into 2-1 and then get something going, right? So the issue is, I'm going to show you a regular B&B that Scorpion would normally do. I have it recorded here. This is a normal Scorpion B&B that involves this 2-bar restand into pressure. This is pretty standard stuff. So if we see here, we go in here and I dash up, punch him. Before I showed off starting the pressure, you get 28.3, I think is what it was for damage. 28% damage, which is respectable, but you are spending 2 bars on that. And it's not terrible damage for the fact that you're getting a restand into plus pressure, but it is costly for only 28%. So while it is solid, we can make it better. If you replace in the B&B the Ender with Demon Breath, it is actually possible to dash up, even though it has much longer recovery, and jail someone into stand 2 from Demon Breath, because while stand 2-1 is 19 frames of hit advantage, Demon Breath is 18. There's only a frame difference. While it only is a frame difference, I will point out that Demon Breath has a lot more recovery and is a lot harder to dash up into this. You have to be very precise, and this is very hard to do. So I can't really recommend doing it unless you put some time into the lab to practice it. But it does work, and I will show. The main benefit of picking this would be that if we do the same combo here, but we replace the stand 1-2-1, excuse me, with, we'll show it one more time, with a stand 4 into Demon Breath. We do Spear, stand 4, Demon Breath. As you can see, he tries to crouch afterwards, or I guess the recording didn't pick that up. But this does jail them if you do it properly. So, essentially, if we do stand 4 Demon Breath and then dash up and do stand 2, we get, I believe it's 32% in place of 28. You're still spending the 2 bars, but you're getting a little bit more damage, but it is more difficult. That's why I said this is kind of a niche use. Its only really use is in this combo, or in combos wherever you spear. You could do it off of a single spear if you were just trying to get a quick mix-up in, something like that. Obviously, if for some reason you're doing a setup in the corner and you land a combo into this, Obviously, you can't switch sides, but maybe if you teleport to switch sides out of the corner, or if maybe you do a spear combo in the corner, any situation where they're in the corner and you use Demon Breath is obviously going to be way easier to get this off of because you're right in their face with no pushback, so it is useful in that situation. But basically, to recap, you would just be using this to get more damage in your restand mix-up scenarios. So you're getting 32% into a plus pressure situation for the opponent, and this is really good. The only tricky thing is it is really hard to time, like I said, and the second variation that I'm going to show off, the other move that I picked for Scorpion, can kind of negate the usefulness of this. So let's just go over on to that, and we'll compare the two and talk about why you would want to pick the other variation. Okay, so we've come over here to my other variation. This one still has the Helport cancel, but now I've picked, of course, the Spear buff. Now, the reason why you might want to pick the Spear buff instead is, first and foremost, let's show, if we do the same combo I was showing before, you're getting 325, excuse me. So 32, almost 33% off of the same combo, which is the same that you would have gotten from that restand with the Demon Breath. And it's the same timing and just as easy to do. The only caveat is you need to get the Spear buff off, and it needs to be active for the entirety of the combo, which in some situations you might not be able to buff, you might not be able to get one in if the opponent's right on you, or you know, it might run out. You might have activated it a little while ago, and then when you finally land your hit, it's just about to run out and you lose out on damage. So if you want the consistency, you can pick Demon Breath, but you have to go in lab to be consistent with the combo. For me, honestly, the Spear buff is probably better if you don't have time to lab that setup, or combo, excuse me, or you don't want the cool brutality, you're not playing casuals, you don't care about brutalities. The Spear buff is really good for Scorpion for a lot of reasons, even outside of Searing Rage. One, and the obvious one, being your damage is going to go up in any of your combos. The second, and for me, is because I play a very strike-throw heavy Scorpion, which is one of the things he's really good at. One of Scorpion's main strengths is his strike-throw mix off of forward 3, right? You can do forward 3, forward 3, 4, forward 3, forward 3 stagger, forward 3 grab, etc. Now, forward 3 into forward grab is a quite common strategy for Scorpion players to use, and if you have Spear buff active off of any forward throw, you'll be getting 16, almost 165, but it's 16%, 164, off of any forward throw specifically, not back throw. As you can see, it does not increase the damage of back throw, but instead of 13%, you'll get 16%. So you're getting a little bit more bang for your buck out of every strike throw that you manage to land. So this is pretty good for me because I end up going for a lot of grabs. Of course, as well, if you end up hitting with a mid, if they think a grab is coming, you're going to be doing more damage off of that combo as well. So it has that added benefit. Of course, the Spear buff is great because it is fast. It is very hard for the opponent to stop you from doing this or punishing you for it. And you can basically get a free Spear buff off of any back 3 overhead, which is another great part of Scorpion's kit. It crushes a lot of blows. It'll go right over them. It's very fast. It is reactable, but it can catch an opponent off guard, and it is safe on block. So whenever you hit this overhead, you can buff right afterwards, and it's pretty much free. And of course, with teleport cancel, you can have different ways of getting in. So this move, I feel like, suits my playstyle very well and complements teleport cancel and complements Scorpion very well in general. And normally you'd have to play Searing Rage for it, but here we can keep our teleport cancel and also get the Spear buff. Either way, I picked out these two special moves because they suit my style of play, which is very stagger heavy, very footsies heavy, very mix-up heavy off of restands. This is how I like to play Scorpion. And I feel like competitively these are pretty good. I feel like the better one is obviously Spear buff. Some other notable ones might be like Hellflame, the projectile that Scorpion has. You could make him into a pseudo-zoner, but I haven't labbed with that enough to know how good that move really is. You could kind of play like a more long-range zoner Scorpion using that. I feel like the big takeaway here, like I said, is Scorpion just doesn't have a lot of creativity with customs, unlike some other characters, because he kind of needs teleport cancel, which is a 2-slot move. So there's not a whole lot that can be done there, but I do still enjoy the freedom that customs has given me to pick some other special moves, even if it is just for casual play and getting some other brutalities in besides air grab. This is probably going to be it for Scorpion. Like I said, not too much to go over here, but I have some more to say about other characters and some interesting things that I found. So stay tuned, and I'll try to upload these fairly consistently and just go over a bunch of different members of the cast. Probably not all of them, obviously, but just a bunch of different members and what moves I really think are strong, what builds I think are strong. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Alright, I'm back real quick, guys, because I'm doing a quick re-upload of my Scorpion video. The information that I put in it is still relevant, but there was new info that came out yesterday during Thanksgiving. I was busy yesterday and couldn't, I had already recorded the video the day prior, and when I uploaded it, I saw on Twitter today that there was actually some new tech discovered for, I'm not on Scorpion right now, but some new tech discovered for Scorpion's Hellfire Breath, the Demon Breath move that I talked about, and I wanted to record another quick ender onto the video because it actually makes some of what I say irrelevant in the beginning. Basically, to cut things short, I mentioned that Demon Breath only has really one niche use, and then outside of that, you know, there isn't a whole lot to do with the move besides maybe casual fun or brutalities, and that the spear buff, his Hellfire buff for his spear, it kind of negates it because you get the same kind of damage off of that restand, right? I'm just popping in here real quick to say that it was just found that if you are in the corner, and a Noble Raptor found this. I'll be linking his channel in the description because now it's relevant. He makes all kinds of guides and info for Mortal Kombat. You should check his channel out and subscribe. He does way better in-depth things than me. But he discovered another use that this Demon Breath can have. So I mentioned in the beginning of my video that if you're in the corner, Demon Breath becomes easier to jail because obviously the opponent is point blank. But Noble Raptor discovered something else. If you go for a throw in the corner after Demon Breath, so in this situation here, we have Scorpion set to record, he's gonna try to throw me, right? So normally you can avoid throws by jumping or ducking, right? So I'm controlling Sub-Zero right now. Look at the right-hand side of the screen and you can see my inputs, right? Now, pay attention to the right-hand side of the screen, because after Scorpion does stand 4 into Demon Breath, he's going to try to grab me, and I'm going to try to jump out and then crouch, and watch what happens. So I'm just mashing up, and I couldn't jump out of that. That was a guaranteed grab. Now, the reason why is because Demon Breath is plus 18 on hit. Grabs are only 10 frames, and there's only a short window of recovery between when Scorpion can move and when the, when the move ends and Scorpion can move again, excuse me. So essentially, Scorpion has what seems to be like a 14, 15 frame window, something like that, to grab the opponent, and grabs only 10 frames, so he can grab them before they can actually move, but the game allows him to attempt the grab. So what ends up happening is, if I try to crouch here as well, I'm holding crouch. I was holding down, and I can't crouch the throw either. So that means that is a guaranteed throw. Now, it's not like they can't tech. I can still tech the throw. If I know he's going to do forward throw, I can tech it, right? But then that leaves him open to being able to do back throw, even if he does have to throw me out of the corner. Let's say he has Crushing Blow loaded, right? Well, Scorpion now has a Crushing Blow on both his forward and back throws. So if he gets you in the corner and has that loaded, and then sets this up, you now have to guess 50-50 on which he'll do. Obviously, the forward throw Crushing Blow is better for him. It does more damage. It leaves you in the corner. But do you want to take the risk of taking, 30% off the back throw Crushing Blow? And you can't just neutral duck. You can't press buttons. You can't jump out. It's a guaranteed throw attempt. It's a 50-50. You have to guess. This is crazy, honestly. This gives this move an actual utility in the corner that is really good that the spear buff doesn't give you, on top of the ability to jail mid-screen if you're precise. So this changes my mind about what I said in the first section of the video about this move not being good. I think that if this remains the same, this move actually has a purpose and it's fairly decent. However, I will warn that this doesn't seem like something NetherRealm will keep in the game. I do imagine this will be changed. I don't see them leaving this in. Just based off of previous balancing changes they've made, and how they don't want the game to be super degenerate, and they don't want characters to have, like, guaranteed 50-50s a lot of the time, for very little risk, excuse me. I don't see them leaving this in, but they might, and for now you can use it. I really hope they don't patch it out. I honestly don't think it's broken, but there are some things that are a little bit broken with it. So, you can tech this throw. So, you know, that's not a huge deal. However, there are throws that Demon Breath can jail into that can't be teched. Such as, if I switch the stage to my saved position, such as interactables. Now, this interactable here in the Soul Chamber is a launcher that comes off of a throw. And this throw can't be teched. It's a command throw. But you can jump or duck it. And I think you're going to see where I'm going with this. I have another combo recorded, and unfortunately, because Demon Breath now jails, and these throws are also 10 frames, you can see in the bottom right, this is a 10-frame startup. It's the same as a regular throw. So, because that's the case, if Scorpion ever does a combo to you with correct positioning near any interactable that's a throw, so this includes a bunch of the corner interactables, this includes, like the spike, sort of, I don't even know what to call them, the things with the spikes on them in Shinnok's Bone Temple, where you grab the opponent and you slam their head down on it. Those interactables, if he ever does a combo to you near them, he can now do something a little along the lines of this. So I'm going to restand here with Spear, stand 4, and as you can see, they get grabbed and Fatal Blow. Now, if you don't have Breakaway, and you can't get out of this through Breakaway, this combo right here is like 78% guaranteed. Even though it's not a true combo, you can watch my inputs to Sub-Zero again. I'm gonna try to jump out. I'm mashing up. I'm trying to jump out of the setup as hard as I can. I'm just mashing the button. I can't jump out. So if you don't have Breakaway and he hits you with a combo next to an interactable, you're taking a shitload of damage. Obviously some interactables are better than others. And this only works with the throw ones. Particularly this one interactable in Shang Tsung's room is going to be the most dangerous one because this one launches, whereas other throw interactables typically just give you a hit and then it's over. But this would still be, like, even if you were on, say, Shinnok's Bone Temple and Scorpion does a B&B to you near one of those things, restands you and grabs you, you're still taking an extra, like, 25% off that interactable at the end of his combo. And it doesn't scale because technically his combo is over, you know? Like, he dropped the combo because Demon Breath doesn't combo into the interactable. It just stuns you long enough that the grab confirms. And because you can't jump or duck the grab, and it's not a techable grab because it's an interactable, you can't get out. This does seem a little bit busted, at least for this one stage, but it is one stage and one interactable. It would suck if they were to remove this just because it's kind of a really cool feature, in my opinion, for the move. But I do honestly think this will be fixed in a future patch. This will be toned down. I think what is likely to happen is they'll turn down the hit stun on Demon Breath, which will probably kill the move, though, because it will mean that you can no longer jail mid-screen into 2-1 at all, and that will kill the entirety of the purpose of the move. So I'm very worried about that. There will be no reason to use it at that point. But I just thought I'm gonna re-upload my video. I'm gonna update it with the ending to reflect this, and I'm gonna link Noble Raptor's channel because I just thought that this was very important information to put into that video, considering it's such a big find on this move, and this also just shows that every day people are finding new tech with the custom variations and custom moves. Get out there and try to find what you can, anything, any kind of setups, any kind of, you know, frame traps that you can find. There's still plenty to be found with customs, and this is the kind of creativity that I really wanted at MK11. Here's to hoping that NetherRealm doesn't nerf this and make this move useless, because that would suck. Alright, I'm gonna get going. See you guys in the next one.